what you'll ever do.
This Thursday, the NFL Draft and the Chicago Bears have 2 of the top 10 picks, including the first overall pick.
The number 1 pick. It's almost here. And Kevin Powell is here.
Yes.
Feels like we've been talking about this forever.
Yes.
And here we go.
Yeah.
We get the quarterback that we need now that we don't have Justin Fields.
Let's hope he turns into the quarterback that we have all long wanted and waited for here in Chicago.
Are you cynical? Are you cynical,
No,
Kevin? You
I think if
it'll
look,
translate?
I think if you're feeling optimistic, you should. I think this is a great moment for the organization. It is rare to have the top pick, and they have 2 top 10 picks, right? And they have an opportunity to take that guy, Caleb Williams, number 1 overall. And yes, we have been talking about this even going back into the regular season, like not just since the season was over. I mean, I was here with you guys and we were talking about late in the year. It's like, okay, it's looking like the Bears might have the top pick, probably Caleb. Should they stick with Justin? But it is going to be Caleb Williams, number 1 overall. I will say that the spotlight will be massive for him here in Chicago. The expectations will be very high. We are all hoping that he is the guy. Finally, a franchise quarterback here in Chicago. Is it a slam dunk? Of course not. Of course not. But
Talk to us, though, about the differences between a Caleb Williams and a Justin Fields and the style of play that we should see from him.
That's a great question. And actually, I will say some of the criticism of Caleb, it's some of the same criticism Justin Fields had too, which was locking on receivers or maybe not going through progressions or hanging on to the ball a little bit too long. But the playmaking ability and the way he can, look, he won a Heisman a couple of years ago. He put up massive numbers at USC. To Justin too, sure. And going back to Justin, the circumstances led them here, right? Like, I think that Justin was put into a terrible spot from day one with the organization. The Bears failed Justin Fields. And as Ryan Poles put it, the general manager, they ran out of runway, which with his contract going into his 4th year, this is a great opportunity for the Bears to land a guy like Caleb Williams, who I think is one of the most exciting prospects coming out of college in a long time. He happens to be a quarterback. He happens to be right there for the taking for the Chicago Bears at number 1. And again, is it a slam dunk? No, but I feel good about Caleb. I do. Sure. A rare playmaking ability, and he can make just about every throw on the field. And maybe at times felt like he had to carry his team a little bit at USC. And I will say Ryan Poles has done a great job putting a cast around Caleb Williams. Remember, this is a rare situation for a quarterback getting selected number 1 overall and being put into a situation like Caleb is going to be put into. Look at Bryce Young. Carolina drafted him number 1 last year, right, after they made that trade with the Bears. That was a disaster. It's why the Bears now have the top pick from Carolina once again, because there's not much around Bryce Young.
Let's talk about this, because we have had the second coming almost every quarterback that is picked over the last 30 years of the Bears. And yet it is not just about the quarterback, and we've learned this before. And also, college play does not necessarily translate into the pros. And we've seen that again, time and time again, because some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL have sometimes been Division III players who have worked their way up, and they wanted it so bad that that's where they got their strength from.
So I will say the reason I think you fans should feel optimistic is, one, just because of Caleb, his athleticism, his quarterbacking skills, his playmaking ability, all of that. And I know there was some doubts about, some off-field stuff or what about his character. I dismiss some of that stuff. He's a modern-day quarterback. He showed emotion after a game. How dare he? He got emotional in the stands with his family in attendance. I think he embraces the spotlight. I do. I think he likes the spotlight on him. Not that Justin didn't, but to your point though, Sean, anytime the Bears draft a quarterback, the excitement level for Bears fans, because it's your mind races. You're like, maybe this is the guy.
Mitch, Rex,
but none of them have been number 1 overall.
Right.
And none of them have fit the characteristics of a Caleb Williams, who was a top prospect coming out of high school, went to Oklahoma, transferred to USC, won a Heisman, put up big numbers. It's just, it feels different with Caleb. And on top of that, they have the 9th pick as
Yeah,
well.
who else are they going to get?
So I think after 1, I mean, there's excitement there obviously because of Caleb, but I think there's real intrigue at number 9. And I think that this top half of the first round is going to be very exciting Thursday night. I do, because we'll see what the quarterback situation look like. It's going to be Caleb 1, and then 2 is Washington. They're probably going to take a quarterback. Patriots are 3. They're probably going to take a quarterback. Cardinals are at 4. They might take Marvin Harrison, the receiver out of Ohio State, or a team gets aggressive and makes a trade for a quarterback. Look out for Minnesota, right? They need a quarterback. They could move up. I think for the Bears, some obvious positions of need. You look at offensive line, you definitely look at edge rusher, and maybe even a receiver. And again, to Ryan Pohl's credit, the addition of Keenan Allen. Right now, DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. That's a great situation for Caleb to be in. Not to mention the tight ends and Cole Kmet. They added a tight end, DeAndre Swift, at the running back spot. So, personally, Dallas Turner, that's a name to keep an eye out for. He's an edge rusher out of Alabama, probably the top defensive prospect going into this. To me, the biggest glaring hole they have on the roster right now, outside of the obvious of taking Caleb and figuring out the quarterback spot, is another pass rusher opposite of Montez Sweat. I think they lack depth there, and you have to have a pass rush. But, outside of Keenan and DJ, you don't feel great about the receiver depth below those two guys. And if they want to continue to put a great cast around Caleb, don't rule out the possibility of drafting an offensive tackle. Maybe Joe Alt out of Notre Dame, Olu Fashanu out of Penn State. Those are a couple names to keep an eye on, too.
Well, thank
Very,
you
very
so
exciting
much.
night ahead, yeah.
All right.
And you can listen to Kevin on WGN Radio weekdays from 1 until 7. We will be right back with the top stories.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.